Good morning. Welcome to Roleplay Cafe. Thought I'd get on here in just a minute. I'm on the back porch swinging, uh, and talk about luck, the luck attribute, as we call it, in Dark Age of Man. Why do we add it? What does it do? Um, this was brought on by Jason's video the other day about essentially playing to find out why you don't or shouldn't construct a story uh, that the players will follow along a linear path, but rather let it evolve organically in play. Let's play to find out. Now, whenever players directly interface with a situation in the game that comes up, uh, primarily they utilize their core attributes, whether it's their mind or their body, agility, um, and such, to directly affect something. Well, um, there's oftentimes variables in life that that crop up that can't be really anticipated. Um, the little little things that may the straw that breaks the camel's back, or little things that may push or pull in certain directions. Uh, Knowledge is half the battle. Um, I say all this because when we were looking for that missing element, that missing piece, and that's why we inserted the luck attribute, because as players go through life, uh, luck not only encompasses the uh, what may happen to their benefit or counterwise to their detriment, the players. As an example, when I was running my sons through the game, they happened to be in a wheat field that had caught fire because the sea peoples were burning down cottage, right, raising the fields, and they happened to get in a battle. Well, as the battle was going, I had them roll a luck check to see which way the wind was blowing and which way this fire was spreading, encroaching on them. It happened to they felt it, so it happened to work to their disadvantage as it put them in a rock and a hard place, right? Kind of encircled them. They couldn't back up. They had to face what they had to face. But also they could use it to their advantage if they could turn the tide, as it was, um, and get the sea peoples back to it, or what have you. But nevertheless, that's a certain element of the luck. And at first blush, you may think, well, that's pretty much what it encompasses. But it covers a myriad of situations. Uh, in some games, like in Simba Room, we have you have bushcraft or a lore master, you know, bushcraft to navigate through the the Davakar, or lore master to see if you can understand some kind of long, yeah, long dead uh, runes or whatnot, or languages. If you come in any situation like that, or remembrances of what this clan does. So they're almost intelligence based. And Dark Age of Man would probably rely on that. Situationally, it could be luck. So what it doesn't cover through your basic attributes, luck is a catch-all to catch everything else if it's more applicable to use it. You have that aspect. There is there's an aspect of luck that when it's called upon to cover issues that uh, might be ascribed in other games to like a notice role. And like I say, in Dark Age of Man, it could be your intelligence that may be particularly more uh, is relied upon to discern something. But in a lot of situations, you may need the luck to see if you catch it in your peripheral, some sight of something, or if you notice something. Uh, whether it be a vein of gold in a mountain, or notice an impending ambush, by the tracks or broken branches in an area, and it would be given in that respect. So anything um, where there's an overlap with tracking or any situation, like even in the urban areas where you have different things, but there's an aspect of that you utilize. You can utilize luck in that may come up. Um, like and again, uh, contacts, uh, people that you may know. Certain games you may say you have certain contacts that you could call upon. Well, this, luck in itself is like it could be fortuitous that somebody in the area you may know that can aid you out or aid you. May know personally, or it just may be a type. Like if you may need a blacksmith, and there happens to be one in a group of refugees that could help you uh, fix a broken wagon, or any such thing. So basically, whenever characters face the world, player characters face the world. Um, in Dark Age of Man, we have to where you can point by essentially your attributes, your major core attributes, but it's definitely worth um, the you know giving a little boost to the winds of fate, because in life, if somebody doesn't, how did they get through? How did they see themselves through? Uh, you know, their competency level. If they're a capable person in one aspect, but not so capable in body, but not in mind, or capable in this and that, there has to be an element of luck where um, the variables and the unseen things, and just the planets aligning in life for them. It's more fortuitous to give them either more information or just that they were in the right place at the right time, and maybe it can afford them some advantage. So, in effect, when you're a player, um, in playing a character, there's a great deal of fun to be had by uh, the luck of the draw, as it were, that something could come up that would give you either much needed information or, said earlier, some advantage, some windfall that would benefit you. It doesn't have to be magnified tenfold, but something that would you know put put the advantage in your corner as far as the information you have that can be able to address the situation and put possibly a more favorable outcome in your corner. as opposed to total reliance on your core attributes. Whenever you can tap into those variables, or whether it be extra information or just fortune, uh, or any such thing, it definitely adds. Yeah, it's more directed to add more spice and to get your gears turning in different ways. And so if you can be the recipient of uh, this extra luck or fortune or information or anything that that you know that luck could afford you, then that's the counterbalance. That's the counterbalance. That's why when we use the point buy system to attribute the points to the attribute, luck is one of them. It has you know it has an element that adds an unpredictability to situations that arise, and that's always welcome. Because even though it's called luck, uh, like in my example about the wind changing in my son's game, it wasn't so lucky for them. It was to their detriment. So they may have to work around that. So there's going to be aspects in the game to where luck rolls are called for. So if you can add a modifier to that to be more beneficial to you, uh, for whatever the case is, um, from gathering information, just the wins of fortune, then that's important. That's important because you took a point and scooted away from perhaps your body or your mind or uh, your spirit, and then placed it in the hands of fate. That's how your story would be, where you would more reliance would be, into fate, um, in your character's story. He didn't force his way through his body. He didn't utilize that. Things just happened to fall uh, before him, with the modifier in a more so probabilistically, a more so favorable series of events instead of unfortunate events. Uh, you know that may happen to a character that didn't spend toward that, but maybe spend it otherwise. So it adds a layer of interest and depth and unpredictability that I'm glad that we put in the game. Nevertheless, just a couple of thoughts on development and why the luck. You know, so it adds to the game in general, uh, overall, and in particular to the players. Anyway, have a great day out there, and we'll be seeing you in Joth. All right, take care.